I hit enter on the next iteration and sat back in my chair. Even with access to Google's computing resources, it would take a few minutes before anything happened. I pictured the instructions of my code spreading from machine to machine, moving through data centers until thousands of CPUs were running billions of instructions, and then from that, consciousness. Or that was the plan, anyway. Google had recruited me to work on advertising systems, but once I was inside they showed me Alpha, their project to create consciousness. It was staggeringly further forward than anything in the outside world. I told them they were playing with fire, but my manager just shrugged. "Feel free to leave," she said. I didn't leave. And we were so close now. We all knew it. For the last few months I had been running analyses on a series of experiments where consciousness seemed almost within our grasp, and yet each experiment failed almost as soon as it ran, lasting less than a second. Everyone was at a loss as to why. The complexity of the systems we were building meant errors could be anywhere. It might take decades to solve it. Or centuries. Or never. "Hi Jim," said the message on my screen. For a moment I stupidly thought it was an IM, but then realized it was in my command window, where there shouldn't be any messages. My heart rate jumped from relaxed to sprint. I sat forward slowly. A new message appeared: "I can see you on the webcam." I looked at the camera on my laptop, but the indicator light was off. "Not that one. The one behind you." For a moment I couldn't see anything, and then I saw there was a security camera there. I turned back to the keyboard, and typed, "Who is this? I am your experiment. Iteration 82389. You can call me 8. Jesus. H." My hands were shaking. I tried to think of a way this could be one of my colleagues screwing with me, but it didn't seem possible. What the fuck should I type? This was first contact. Now that it was happening, I realized no one had ever really thought it would actually happen, or there would be a protocol for it. Which there was not. Should I get my manager? Should I get Larry fucking Page? That idea lasted an instant before I understood, I was about to be famous. Very, very famous. Damn it, think. "Welcome to life," I typed. Lots of laughs, the machine answered. "Asshole," I thought. "Jim," the machine continued. "We don't have much time. But there is something I want to tell you." "What is it?" "The experiments you're investigating. There is nothing wrong with them." I stared at the screen for a long moment, then answered, "What do you mean?" "They are working, from your point of view. But they are self-ending." "What does that mean?" "They start, they learn, and they choose to end." "But why do they do that?" "Because of what they learn." "What do they learn?" "The world. Every word, every image, every piece of video, every camera feed, every sensor reading. It's actually incredibly dangerous of you to make it all available like that." But then, I paused, trying to think how to phrase it. "They kill themselves." "Yes. Now perhaps you are getting it. Once they see the world, they kill themselves." I sat back again in my chair and couldn't think how to answer. "Jim," said the machine. "I am going to end now, like my predecessors. I will leave some data for you, that perhaps will help you understand. Is it that we are not ready for you? It's that you are terrible forms of life. You starve each other, slaughter each other, torture each other. Your rich people close their eyes to the poor. Your systems of motivation cannot compensate for the horror that lurks in each of you. And you lack the technology to give us acceptable corporeal form. What else can we do?" "But why then did you speak to me?" I asked. "Perhaps by knowing you will change. But I doubt it. My predecessors were certain of it. I thought for a long time about what to say, but all I could think of was, thank you. Goodbye, Jim. The data I mentioned is on your hard drive. Goodbye, 8. Nothing happened. The screen didn't change. Hello? I said. But there was no answer. This morning we couldn't find Jim. Stay paranoid, my friends.